Hello, hello, paper lovers. It's Bess here from Lights Planner Action, and I am so excited to be showing off our Halloween collection for you today. Normally I go all in on Christmas, but the last couple years I just haven't hit the same way. But spooky season always slaps. So, I already had our Halloween planner, but this year I've decided to add to it in the form of coloring pages as well as some junk journaling pages. So, let me just dive right in so that you have a good idea of what you can get for Halloween this year. So to start, this is a B6 size ring planner. This is the white page version of our Halloween planner and memory keeper. And it is a mixture of prompted and unprompted journaling, memory keeping, and documenting pages. There are a number of colorable opportunities throughout this planner that are really fun to fill in. Also, the art on this page is 1.5-inch wide, so if you have full box stickers, they will fit there. This box right here is a 3x2, so if you have photo printers like the Canon Selphy or the HP Sprocket, they will fit in here pretty nicely. And again, it's just a mixture of prompted and unprompted pages, all about Halloween. So this is a really fun one to fill in as you're leading up to Halloween. It's really fun while you're watching scary movies that you've seen a million times to color in some monsters while you're at it, get creative while you watch. Speaking of watching movies, this is a great place to list all of your favorites for Halloween. Here's a fun pocket that you can actually turn this into an actual workable pocket. I show people how to do that in my Patreon subscription. If you would like to learn more, head to lightsplanneraction.co and click on Patreon at the top of the screen. We'll walk you through how to make folders in your memory keepers. But for the rest of you guys, this is the design that we have for Halloween, and it is just a really fun one to fill in. Here it is in blackout design, and what's really fun about the blackout design is that it features all three of the blackout inks. So it's a combination of white, silver, and gold inks, which makes it a really dynamic viewing experience. What I really also love about the blackout pages is that they work really great with gel pens and acrylic based paint pens. So if you've got acrylographs or grabby paint pens, they'll work really well in here. Sharpie paint markers work really well in here, as well as your jelly rolls. The Papermate Bright Click gel pens also work well. So do Sarasa Click pens in the gel, metallic, and pastel inks. So there are a lot of different pens, probably some that you already have in your stash that work really well on the blackout paper. And this collection, I am showing it to you in B6 rings, but it is also available in A5 rings as well as Happy Planner Classic. You can also get it in a B6 TN or half sheet TN size. Next up is brand new to the collection. This is the Halloween coloring book. And so it's available in white paper, and the white paper is going to be blank on the back side, which means even if you end up using some markers that bleed through, you will not be ruining any artwork on the back side. That said, my paper is a really nice, thick 32-pound, ultra smooth, ultra white paper, and it holds up pretty well to most markers, paint pens, and pretty much anything else you can throw at it. The only markers that you're going to have a hard time using are the alcohol-based markers, but those really do require a special type of paper to work on. And the rest of the markers in your stash, all the water-based ones like your Tombows, your Crayola Super Tips, those are all going to be just fine on here, as well as Mildliners works really great for coloring in, as well as the Zebra Click Art markers also really work great on here. So there's not a whole lot that you can throw at these pages that it's not going to be able to withstand to. And I love the idea of coloring either while you're watching some Halloween movies or with a friend or a kiddo or someone in your life that also enjoys coloring. There are 19 different pieces of artwork in this planner, so there's plenty to share. And of course, you could also get it in blackout. And blackout is going to be the inverse. So where you are coloring in the negative space on the white paper, in the blackout, you are actually filling in the lines so that it will make it look like you have drawn the artwork right onto the page. So you can see here how I have filled in the space in between the lines rather than the negative space, and that brings the artwork to life in a way that isn't going to completely drain your gel pens, because we all know that ink is finite and it does actually run out. I almost never run out on my ballpoint pens, but my gel pens do actually run out. And so rather than filling in all that negative space and wasting all that ink, you can just fill in the lines and it will work really well. The blackout paper also holds up pretty well to most inks that you can throw at it. As I mentioned, acrylic-based paint pens are going to work really great. Also, you can use colored pencils. There are some colored pencils that are designed for black paper, but even just your regular old Crayolas work pretty well on the blackout paper. You just have to build up some of that color as you go. I absolutely love this one in blackout. Filling out these narrow lines is a very calming and soothing practice because you have to go so slow and methodical. There's no way you can rush it. So it's a really calming practice to do. So that's the blackout version. Now on to our junk journal. And just like my regular junk journal, this is just going to be a mixture of patterns, texts, and textures that are going to work really great for your Halloween journal, your memory keeper, your planner. However you want to use this paper, you can. I like to use it as a backdrop for my journal, but I also mix and match and sometimes will add photos and use it as a place to memory keep. Sometimes I will just color in the artwork if I'm looking for something fun to do. So it's just a really great way to stretch your creative muscles and try something a little bit different. And this is it in the white paper version, but of course it also comes in blackout, and that is a really fun collection as well. Tried to give you a mixture of papers that were bold, some that were a little bit more subtle. There are a couple pages that are just blank for you to journal on, and that just makes it nice and easy for you as you are moving through it. Here it is in blackout, and again, a really fun design. Because I have access to it, you get it in all three different ink types. So here it is, gold, got a white dot grid. Here is a mixture of all three inks. Doesn't it look so good? This is the Raven by Edgar Allan Poe. Another gorgeous bat pattern. This fun ghost, definitely one of my favorite patterns. I'm also obsessed with the eyes. Oh my God, it's bats. It's freaking bats, guys. Got your skeleton hands, fun ghosty guys, pumpkins. Another text, this is Jekyll and Hyde. And then this really cute pattern at the end. Last but not least, we have our washi workbook Halloween edition. And unlike some of my other books, this is not using art that is washi sized. However, all of the art is very simple and features really thick black lines, which means when you lay your washi down and you go to cut out the design, it will be a lot easier to see it through the washi than if it were a really thin, narrow line. So I have fattened all of these lines up to be nice and thick for you. I've taken out any detail that didn't work with washi. I have removed so that all of the art is really simple and will be nice and fun to fill in. If you are up for some fussy cutting, I really recommend trying washi art if you haven't already. It is calming. It goes together really fast. You don't have to worry about coloring outside the lines because you can cut the washi down exactly to fill in those lines. So it really is a fun practice and something a little bit different than what you're probably used to doing. And it's always good to stretch our mind and stretch those creative muscles and try something new. That is how the best things happen. So that is the last page of the washi workbook for the Halloween collection. And let us just review. So you have the washi workbook. We have the junk journal pages. We have the 2 coloring books in white and blackout, as well as our traditional Halloween planner and memory keeper. That is the entire Halloween series. I can't wait to see what you guys do with this. As I mentioned, this is it on a B6 rings, but you can get this with one of our custom Halloween covers and throw it on a coil with whatever combination of these inserts you'd like on there. And you can mix and match as your heart desires. So take advantage of that. I will catch you guys later. Stay light, stay bright.